How you doing? It's Khoa here. In this video, I'm going to show you guys how I made $7,000 on the stock market, particularly with the S&P 500. So let's take a look. All right, so this is the S&P 500. So just quickly, S&P 500 is a collection of the top 500 companies in America, and it's an ETF, otherwise known as an exchange traded fund. What I tend to think, it's a lot more stable than a particular stock, right? So if, by the way, if you want to buy the S&P 500, you can go through Vanguard, and the code is VOO. And but historically, the stock market will give you a pretty good return of between 6% to 12%. And the reason why I invested in it is because its history has shown that the S&P 500 is a pretty safe investment over the long term. If you invested in 2012, the price was about 124, and right now the price is all the way up to close to the 400 mark. And I didn't do anything, to be honest. I didn't invest or anything during like that time. So I was just sitting on the sidelines, and you can see there was also quite a long time where it was just a stable market. So if you bought somewhere around there, it just went up and down, but nothing really happened. But if you just kept your money, it just kept going higher and higher and higher. So now let's have a look at this. So around here, obviously, this is when the coronavirus struck, and this was a really good time, obviously, to sell. But obviously, there was also a resistance line there. So what that means is that the previous resistance line was there, and you can see that it just bounced off there. So at that moment, so what I did was, I'll get into that one a bit later, but I invested, I think it was in, when was it? I think it was, around there. It was in 2019, right? So I bought at 250. It was about 250, right? I think I had about 10 or 20 grand. I can't remember how much I put in there, but I had about 10 or 20 grand in there. Or maybe even 30 grand, I can't remember, but I put a lot of money in it, and I just left it, and then it just kept going higher and higher and higher, and then it got up to about 290, and it was around November 2019, and this is when I noticed that the news started breaking out that a lot of retail giants were selling out, and something was happening, and the coronavirus just started happening. And I was thinking, hang on, something's going wrong. And people around the office were saying that, people are losing money and stuff like that. So I started to freak out, to be honest. And I was thinking, well, I can either just hold on to it, because historically shown that it will go up higher and higher. But, there's a lot of problems happening right now. So I think I'm going to pull my money out. I get a feel I better pull my money out. And I'd rather get profit now than wait, see what happens there. But anyway, I pulled out my money, and I made a really nice profit. I made about 7 grand from that point there. So that was really good. And then a month later, it was a massive crash. And I was so glad that I pulled my money out, because it was a massive crash. But when it happened, I didn't know, because for my thinking, it's pandemic. We don't know what's going on. It could even go right down to there. I don't know what's going to happen. So I just stayed out of the market. And I was around this point here, I wasn't watching the market anymore. I was too busy trying to get income, because I lost my sources of income and everything. Everything was going crazy. I should have kept my money in there, but I didn't, But anyway, I retuned back in. I re-entered the market. I re-entered it around there. I think it was where was the previous one? October 20. I think it was around 343. Yeah, here we go. Yeah, so I actually reinvested back in the S&P 500. So I put my money back in around, I think it was around there. So I re-entered at about 370 or something, and now it's gone up to about nearly 400. So I've still made a bit of profit there. So obviously I should have gone in during the whole pandemic and everything, but I didn't do that. Anyway, lesson learned from that is that you should, no matter what's happening around you, right? If you're going through a pandemic, if there's chaos or anything, keep an eye on the market, keep an eye on their market, right? And if you must pull your money out, fine, pull your money out, but always have some money in the market. Have some mad money. As Robert Kiyosaki says, have some mad money that you can afford to lose. So I reckon I shouldn't have pulled out all my money. Maybe I should have left maybe about 2 or 3 grand in there, because I can afford to lose it, and I would have made so much more there. But anyway, my prediction is that something's going to happen very soon. And if you look at the technical investing, I personally believe there's going to be some sort of shock and something was going to happen. It's going to fall right down to about there again. When it does, I'll be waiting and I'm going to put a lot of money when it hits that point there. If it doesn't, it will probably keep going down to that point there. But anyway, that's my story on how I made $7,000 with SP 500. It's all. I personally believe that it's all about the. It's really hard to time the market. It's extremely hard to time the market. But if you just keep on investing in the long run, you can just see that you just make so much money. So, back in 2014, I was around that point there. I think I was like tapped out. I burnt through a lot of my life savings and everything. I went through some financial crisis there, so I wasn't ready, but I should have invested there, should have left my money there, and I would have just gone, I would have just made huge amounts of money. But anyway, you live and learn, right? So at the moment, I'm investing in, I'm looking for good dividends investing, good dividend stocks, and I'm going to try and put more money into different other areas as well. So that's what I'm doing. But anyway, that's pretty much how you can make money with SP 500. Just keep an eye on the trends, and whether it's a bull market or bear market, and then try your best to just time it if you can. If you can't time it, just put money in and just leave it there for the long run. So that's pretty much how I did it. I entered. I think I entered there, exit there. That was a nice $7,000 there, and I entered there, and I've already made like a few hundred, maybe up to about 1,000 from there. Okay, so it could be too high at the moment. We don't know what's going to happen. But from technical investing, from my technical investing mindset, there's going to be a sharp turn. And another thing I want to say is that why is it that, because at that point there it was so high, but why is it that it has to crash and goes back up there? Why is it? I don't know. It seems to me that it's like predicting the future. Like it's just when something goes high, it has to go down. So it's gone way too high at the moment. SP 500 gone way too high. That means it's due for another correction. So what does that mean? Is it this thing can predict the future or something? But anyway, that's a different topic. I won't get too much into it, but I just think that's kind of weird there. But yeah, that's SP 500. You can check it out. Vanguard is the weapon of choice there. But that's how you can make some money on the SP 500. Check out other stocks, other ETFs is really good. I highly recommend checking out the All Weather Strategy by Robert Dalio. I invest in different other areas such as the bonds, short-term bonds, medium, and also invest in commodities, silver, gold as well. So I've still got a lot of money in gold since the pandemic, so that's pretty good. Anyway, hope you like this video. Be sure to subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Cheers.